Universities and colleges will have to find new ways to achieve diversity goals after the U.S. Supreme Court found private and public colleges cannot consider race alone as a factor in admissions.
Now today, the High Court found that policies at Harvard and the University of North Carolina are discriminatory and illegal. Our Monica Madden breaks down how the ruling could affect Texas schools.
In a blow to affirmative action admissions, the U.S. Supreme Court says two discriminatory wrongs cannot make a right. The majority opinion reading, students must be treated based on their experiences as an individual and not on the basis of race.
I think a fair reading of the majority opinion is that the idea of using race per se as a bonus factor is no longer considered legal.
Experts like Frederick Lawrence point out that conservative justices did leave some flexibility.
If a student writes about race and explains how it affects their character, a school could take that into account.
Connie Porter, a DEI officer at Rice University, says they'll have to get creative in achieving diversity goals for students.
It challenges us in terms of making sure that we're consistent about how we do that. The lived experiences of our students, which will vary based on various populations and various identities, is still fair game, if you will, in terms of us considering that. It just cannot be race-based.
Already, State Representative Carl Tepper filed a bill to ban affirmative action in Texas public universities. UT Austin is the only one with such a policy.
We want people to not have an advantage or disadvantage of their race going into the future and giving them the privileges of higher education or a job.
His bill failed to pass in the regular session, but today's ruling brings new attention to the issue.
We filed it for the special session now. It's not part of the call, so its chances are not real strong, but you never know, it might inspire somebody to add it to the call.
Monica Madden, KXAN News.
And as Monica said, UT Austin is the only public Texas university affected by the ruling because they are the only ones currently using it as a factor in the admissions process. In a statement, the university says it will make necessary adjustments and remains committed to welcoming students from all backgrounds.
And connected to all of this is Texas's top 10% rule. Providing a little depth, in 1997, then Governor George W. Bush signed the bill into law. It was created in the wake of an earlier appeals court ruling banning affirmative action. Now, anyone who graduates in the top 10% of their high school class is guaranteed automatic admission in a Texas public university. The rule has seen some tweaks since passing, though. The University of Texas at Austin, for a time, was filling up most of their incoming freshman classes because so many top 10 percenters took admission spots. Now, because of that, the legislature modified it for UT, so only those who graduated in the top 6% were guaranteed automatic admission. Now, in light of today's Supreme Court ruling, the NAACP of Texas called on the Texas legislature to extend and expand the top 10% rule to all select universities.
The University of Texas is one of the top 60 universities in the world. According to the latest edition of the QS World University Rankings, UT at Austin ranks number 58 across the globe. The same rankings also place the Longhorns as number 4 among U.S. public universities. Among both public and private universities in the U.S., they ranked UT Austin as number 19 and the best in Texas. Those factors include academic reputation, faculty to student ratio, employability, and international research collaboration.
Well, happening